Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV and DiscoveringBands.com. And for everyone watching, if you could share this video on my channel and help support the awesome bands I feature. And today I'm here with Daemon Grey. How you doing today?
Fantastic. How you doing?
Good. It's great to have you.
It's great to be here, man. It's a sunny day. It's a Saturday. It's all good.
Yeah, and I want to start off to say your debut album is coming out next week. And I was wondering, how have your videos have so many views already for not even having your album out?
It's the magical Germans. They're magical online promotions, and yeah, I mean, I'm pretty lucky to be part of the label Out of Line out of Germany, and they do some of their magic sorcery behind the scenes to help, you know, push the materials, push the music, push the videos on the Out of Line music channel through their socials, through my socials. So combination of things, man.
I was going to say, it's pretty incredible. The videos you've released so far have thousands of views, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it's I'm lucky, man. It's great.
And your next single coming out next week, Isolated. I was going to say, your Facebook said that video was going to be a little different than your rest, and I was wondering what that meant.
Well, I'm keeping my clothes on for this one, so that's different. And it's just like a bit more of a mature kind of tune, you know? It's not like me running around screaming and all that sort of jazz, a little bit of that, but it's just a much more mature vibe. And it's kind of just more of like a classic rock and roll video with a little bit of a storyline. So it's not as like, you know, not kind of the usual me just jumping around, screaming at people. It's, yeah, it's got a bit more of a chill vibe, man. So it's a lot different in that sense. But I like it a lot. I'm excited to get it out there.
Cool. Now, your album title, Follow Your Nightmare, what does that mean, and how'd you come up with that?
Follow Your Nightmares. I think I can't remember where I was. I think I was like a Guns N' Roses concert or something. I don't know when it came to me. But it basically means like face your fears, obviously, like go into your fears. And I think it's just like the motto of life. Like, you could think it's a scary saying or something, but ultimately, like, whatever you're scared of is like your truth, where you kind of need to go, and not to be a hippy dippy kid mystic. Say hello and then you got to go. Not to get like hippy dippy lovey vibes, but like love is fearless, right? Love is the absence of fear. So if you're going into your nightmares, you're going into your fear, you're uncovering your truth, you're getting closer to love. So it's kind of like a, yeah, there's a hidden message behind it.
Cool. And I was wondering, what made you release King of Sins, your first debut single?
Well, we had the album mixed, and the guy who did it just came back and was like, this is the first single, like 100%. It was one of the first songs I did, and it's just like kind of the most straightforward, banging, like rock and roll punk. Just like a good intro, good marketing, good everything, and just like made complete sense to make that one the initial vibe.
Well, that's a really good song. So
thanks, dude.
Now, with the album coming out next week, what do you have planned after that?
Well, I'd like to have a party for the album release, you know, but I don't even know what to do about that. But I definitely want to celebrate it. You know, it's been a long time in the making. And then yeah, after the album, like I'm already working on album number 2. So I've been working on that for a while, just putting the tunes up in the old noggin, letting them kind of find their energy, and I'm making some good progress. I actually was working on a song today. It's just going to be like a lot of different elements, kind of like the first record. But the first record was a lot of kind of songs I made here and here and here, and then we mixed them, mashed them together. But so for the second record, I'm kind of like mapping it all out at the start to have like a more fun, sort of unified flow. And then I got to just make the record, man. Make the record, and that'll be interesting, see how that goes down, but that's the plan, man.
I want to say, you've already released now, you're going to have 4 singles out. Are you going to do another single from this album?
No, the Isolated is going to be the single on the album, and then from there, after the album's out for a period of time, not sure exactly, we'll get some more singles out there, and then yeah, when I finish the second record and everything, we'll drop that.
Wow. So I bet this whole lockdown stuff and pandemic stuff has been inspiring a lot of music for you then.
I'm sure you get some varied responses from that. I mean, the second album, I'm just staying true to like Daemon Grey's not there's an element of like fun to it. You know what I mean? It's like it's party shit. Some of it, and some of it's emotional, some of it's sad, some of it's mad. I like to have a good mix because like just a well-rounded emotional experience, which is kind of like the vibe how I am in my brain. But to answer your question, yeah, there's definitely a song I'm writing about the virus, and it's not going to be a nice song. And yeah, I'm planning on making it like the heaviest, meanest thing I've ever done. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to be like, I'm planning on making it a bit more like towards the like deathcore and death metal, like a little heavier and aggressive, more aggressive. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, the record coming out has a kind of a dark style to it, and I was wondering what got you into that kind of dark style of music?
Well, one of the main things that got me into it was my brother locking me in his bedroom and putting on a Slayer record and telling me to listen to it while I was crying. So that was one thing. And kind of ironic, he eventually stopped listening to heavy music, and I just became obsessed with it from a young age, heavy dark music. My sister's older boyfriend, when I was like, I'm not sure, maybe 11 or something, like young, maybe 12, who knows exactly how old, handed me 3 death metal records, death metal CDs. And we were going like skiing with my family to like Vermont or some shit. And I had these 3 CDs and a Walkman and like 10 hours of driving. And it was Dead by Obituary, their a live Obituary record called, I think it's called Dead. And then it was Vile by Cannibal Corpse, and Individual Thought Patterns by Death. So just like some epic old school classic death metal records, and I just like put that in my headphones. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And I just got hooked to the dark stuff from there.
Cool. And I know you can't play live right now. You're going to be doing some virtual streams to promote the album?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of like wishy-washy on the virtual stuff. People are always like, hey, you want to come to this party? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And they're like, here's the link. I'm like, what? I don't want to do a virtual party link. I want to come party. Like, let's get together. Let's do shit. But yeah, in terms of the live shows, I did one, and it's actually coming out, I think, today. The stream like didn't work or whatever, but it's coming out. So there's going to be like some material, like live Daemon Grey material streams. In terms of doing more live streams, not too sure, man. Maybe. If it's cool, you know, like if it's cool, but it's really weird just like not having a crowd to feed off and all that. And like the whole reason I do live music is for the energy there, right? So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I'm not so sure yet.
Yeah, nothing can compare to that live energy.
I mean, it's the whole reason we do it, right? So it's like I'm like cracking jokes at the wall when I'm like playing virtually. I'm like, who am I cracking jokes at right now? Like the cameraman? Like there's no girls there. It's like I'm like singing sexual songs, just like 3 dudes in a room. I'm like, I don't know, man. Weird. Fucking weird.
Now, if people want to look you up, find you online, get your music on social media, how do they do that?
It's just Daemon Grey. Really, my Instagram's just Daemon Grey, my name. Facebook, same sort of thing. Just search Daemon Grey. I got TikTok. I don't use it too much, but I'm on that. And yeah, if anyone wants to talk or hang out or whatever, just hit me up. And I'm always looking for musicians as well. Like, you know, sometimes one of the guys is busy, or we are planning to tour Germany as soon as we can. So some of the guys, you know, might be able to come, some not. So for anyone listening, you know, guitar, drums, bass, definitely hit me up if you're looking to maybe join a band as well.
Awesome. And do you have any bands or artists maybe you'd like to collaborate with sometime in the future?
Well, I actually was checking out your interviews before this, just randomly, just like the first one I clicked. I don't know, Sansombra, is that how you say it?
Yeah, Sansombra, yeah.
I was just rocking to that. That's pretty cool. Some like old school style goth rock, eh?
Yeah.
I don't know, that shit was cool. I'm down to collab with anything. I've always wanted to do some collaborations, like heavy, angry vocals on like trap beats. So any like kind of darker inspired like trap beat producers I would love to collaborate with. I'm still kind of looking for someone that gets the vibe and stuff like that. hopefully I get to collaborate with some of the, you know, like goth industrial bands on Out of Line, the German label that I'm on. That'd be cool. Like, yeah, there's a bunch of them on there. And yeah, I don't know. Beyond that, just whatever's cool, whatever's heavy. I'll collab with anything that touches me emotionally. I'm down for it, you know. Even like deep house and like dark techno and shit, I'd be down to collaborate on.
Cool. Now I know you seem to lean more towards the heavier stuff, and you're really going to be releasing a heavy track soon. Do you think you'll do more of that? More of the heavy music?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I like making heavy music. It's always got a little bit of a blend, you know, some heavier, some not. But the second record, I mean, you hear the record, it's definitely heavy. Most like, yeah, it's a heavy record. I don't know what genre you'd really call it. I like to just call it heavy music. And the next record's gonna be probably a little heavier too, a little more technical. So yeah, the show must go on, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of artists, they start heavy and they get lighter, so it's pretty cool how you're getting heavier.
Oh yeah, well, that's for sure. I mean, how I started writing music was basically like I always wanted to do like a really heavy metal band, like a Pantera style band. And I was like, I don't write music, I don't read music, right? So I was like, how the hell am I going to do that? So I started writing like lighter songs and trying to figure it out. And then I eventually was like, screw that, I'm just going to write heavy songs. So I just write the guitar and everything with my mouth. And then, you know, been lucky to work with really cool producers and musicians and stuff. So as I'm going, it's probably just going to get more extreme.
That's awesome.
Not like Metallica. I'm not going like starting sweet and then just like, I don't know. I don't know how bands do that. They start so badass and like kind of fade away. Not sure.
Well, especially with a lot of topics you're choosing to write about, they are kind of extreme topics, so it fits your music.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, there's nothing in the mainstream that's interesting, right? Like, really. I mean, here and there, but extreme concepts, extreme ideas, extreme happiness, extreme sadness, all the extremes I like. So I just like to explore them as best as I can.
Yeah. And where would you like to see the band in a few years from now, you think?
Man, it'd be cool to do like a real deal tour. You know, I've never done that. A lot of my band members have, like, you know, play with some cool bands. Like, I don't know, open up for like Rammstein or something. Like, I don't know. Obviously, something really cool, man. Something really cool. Do some touring, make another couple records. I think the same stuff that anyone wants to do, really. Just get the music out there.
Keep the momentum going. Yeah, like I said, if your videos are getting such views now and the record comes out, I'm sure you'll definitely gain momentum.
Yeah, I was talking to, like, I'm new to this, man. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just better at taking instructions now than I used to be. And I'm just trying to like listen, follow the process. I was talking to this PR guy who basically said like you're not even really in the game until you've got a full record out, right? So I'm interested to see like what happens. But yeah, I'm kind of going into it with like a mindset like whatever happens is great. It's not like I'm gonna be happy or sad if it makes this or it doesn't make this. It's like I just like music. I'm a fan of it. I'm just like stoked to be writing it.
By the way, how long were you working on Follow Your Nightmare?
Oof. It's a loaded question, dude. I mean, hard to say. I think if we would have like, you know, had it done in like a short period of time, like organized and efficient, it might have been like 6 months or something or a year. But like how it worked out with all the variables, to be honest, it was like several years, man. It was like 4 or 5 years, really. Different producers, different stuff, different locations, different players. Like it's been a ride, man. So here we are, finally getting it out.
Wow. And do you have any tracks that didn't make the cut, some B-sides and stuff?
Yeah, they kind of just live on my like archived folders on my like computer. And I still like, I'll go back though. Like I've been working on this one called Still a Slut. And it's like more of a sexual song. And every time I think about it, I want to do something with it. And I can never think of something cool. And then there's like a whole bunch of concepts. I'll be like, that was a cool concept, but it just doesn't quite mesh. And then I'll go for a walk, and like 2 years later I'll be like, wait, I'll think of something else, and then I'll be like, let's bring it back. So I don't know, maybe once a year I go back into all my like you didn't make the cut bro files, and I'll still like take a peek and be like, see what's up.
Yeah, Yeah, constantly making music. I was gonna say you must have a ton of material.
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of like it's archived folders and lyrics. Like only like once every couple years I'll really go through all of it. But yeah, it's just really how to keep it organized, and I've got a lot better at that, so it's a lot cleaner now. So for the next record that I'm working on, I've already got like 8 songs like mapped out in the right folder. It's like I've done this before, so.
That's impressive. You're already working on your second record, and the first one didn't even come out yet.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got to be doing something with my life, I guess. If I'm not creating something, I feel like I'm not really fulfilling the reason I'm alive.
Yeah, it's a way of expression, especially during these dark times.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. And I feel like with everything going on, like, you know, all the crazy crap that's happening, I feel like I got to do my part.
How are things where you're at? Is most stuff, I guess, still closed down, locked down?
Oh yeah, it's full blown insanity. It's I mean, I don't know. I think things are gonna get real crazy, and I hope I'm just gonna morph into some sort of a chaos god, and the hammer of God is just gonna come down from the sky. I'm just gonna grab it and just start like slopping people's heads off. I don't know what's gonna happen. All I know is it's crazy, and it's an interesting time to be alive, and just try to keep a high vibration. Try to keep in good spirits. That's really all that we can do.
Definitely, definitely. Well, it was good having you and talking with you, and everyone look them up.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Check it out. What do you listen to most of the time when it comes to heavy stuff?
Well, I like a lot of European stuff, but I mostly like the industrial stuff. But I like Rammstein, like you said. But I'll listen to like At the Gates, Dark Tranquillity, In Flames. I like those kind of bands.
At the Gates is my second favorite band of all time.
Really? Then you might be interested. I actually did an interview with them last year. That was kind of cool.
I can sing every single At the Gates song.
Wow.
Pretty much.
Impressive.
I mean, even the old stuff. Even the old stuff. I grew up on old At the Gates.
Well, that might be interesting to do a cover of one of their songs then, actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, it's like old At the Gates, like the production is so rough and so like it carries so much magic, just exactly how it is. And then like newer At the Gates, like, well, Slaughter of the Soul, 96, is like the production value is like perfect. So I don't know what the cover would really be, because it's almost like, how can you, like, what would you change about it? It's like covering Pantera. It's like, you can't make Pantera any better. Like, it just is the best. You know what I mean?
I think a good cover really consists of a band taking the song and making it their own. You know what I mean? Instead of just trying to do it exactly duplicate, when you add your own style, it adds a different element to it.
I agree. And I think for me, you got to pick your battles, what you cover. I did do a cover, actually. I did a cover of an Elvis Presley song, a Daemon Grey cover of an Elvis Presley song.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I did a cover of Trouble.
That's cool.
And there's definitely some songs I would like to do a cover of. Like, I would love to do a cover of Sober by Tool. I've always wanted to do a cover of that song, really heavy, though. And yeah, I don't know. It's like a sensitive topic, because like I wouldn't personally cover At the Gates, because it's like I don't think I'd have an element that would like make it more unique or different. Just like I wouldn't cover, like, I'd love to play Pantera, but I wouldn't really cover it because it's just so perfect. But there's, yeah, man. Anyways, old school At the Gates, like their first few records, into Slaughter of the Soul. But even my favorites, like with Fear I Kiss the Burning Darkness and The Red in the Sky Is Ours.
Yeah,
all the tracks they never play off those records. Oh, it's my absolute favorite, man. All the stuff with Martin, what the first guy's name, Alf Svensson, before they got that Martin Larson dude, they switched it up. Those are my favorites of At the Gates.